Another well-known sweet product of Passi City is their local breed of pineapple. It is said to be one of the sweetest and largest in the country.
Pineapple in Passi is grown in the adjacent barangays of Mulapula, Santo Tomas, Ayuyan, Nueva Union, and some in the municipality of Bingawan. Pineapple is being grown in that particular area because of the soil condition. What is being produced here before pineapple in the city of Passi are one of the biggest pineapple maybe in the whole Philippines.
These roadside stalls in Passi continuously tempt passing cars to slow down and taste their locally grown fruits, among which the pineapple reigns supreme. Sheltered by rows and rows of fruit-bearing trees in the outskirts of Passi is a breeding farm for fighting cocks. They are not necessarily sweet creatures, but they are fast becoming one of Passi City's popular exports.
I started this when I was young, but I was really influenced by my grandparents, my uncles and my father, where in our backyard there were lots of game fowls. I was young then, maybe 3-4 years old. And that was the time when I had that ambition that when I grew up and if I have the money, might as well go into breeding too, like my father and my uncles and my grandfather. That was long time ago. But I started breeding 1979. Then a year after, I decided to go to the States, 1980, to buy some breeding stock, because I wanted to start right with the best that I can select and I can buy, one that I can afford too. So, ang daming pinunta natin, and I was able to buy the real good ones that I like. So that started it, 1980. Then 1983, nagpasok na naman kami. Then 1986, 1990, 1993, until now, maybe last year I was able to import again breeding stock that are real good to infuse to my breeding, my original bloodlines.
Luckily, Jessry Palmares' hometown, Passi City, is very suitable for the breeding, raising, and training of champion cocks.
Passi has a real fertile soil for that purpose. And the elevation is much higher compared to other towns. And we have a real good rainfall here, where it's suited for the game fowls to be molted. But one thing wrong here is if there are lots of rain, really, sometimes it's abnormal. The rainfall is so much that it affects the rearing of the chicks. Apektado yon, nagkakasakit kung hindi maganda yung medication program, tsaka yung immunization program. But still, for me, it's still the best area for breeding. Of course, it's not perfect, but this is our own land.
What started as a mere hobby has now grown into a viable business for Jessry Palmares.
I used to breed a little when I started. That was 1989. Me and my father used to have 150 heads, and we fight them. We don't sell any, purposely to be fought, no? The 1985, a friend of mine came over with somebody and decided to buy, and he bought 20. And 2 months after he called me, 2-3 months after he called me and told me that you had to have so much of these birds because out of 20 it won 17. draw one and lost two. So that was a real good record. That was the time that was the thing that encouraged me to go into breeding and produce more. For now, I produce. I control them. I control really the breeding. You know, I produce 500 to 700 stags a year. Sell maybe 400 or 500. Then what is left for me is 100 or 150 or a little bit more. Then I have them molted and fight them as stocks for the next season. Yung mga stags naman, pina-fight namin rin sa stag derbies. Sa Iloilo, sa Negros, sa Manila, saan na merong stag derbies na pwede kami magsali. You have to produce what you can afford to be viable, you see?
He has also transformed this breeding farm into a lush green orchard that protects his prized fighters from the elements.
Here in Passi and the surrounding town, like Dueña, San Enrique, Dingle, then Dumarao, and Dao, part of Capiz, suited talaga dito yung high value na crops. Fruits, especially like rambutan, durian, and even longkong, lanzones. So I plant them. Dito tataniman ko pa ito dito. Then all the rest sa area na may iba, meron na kaming tanim. Then we plant also bananas, dalakatan, and vegetables. So ibig sabihin, yung income mo hindi lang sa manok. Hobby mo rin, pero dapat may income ka na i-plow back mo sa farm mo para maging self-liquidating siya, di ba? So that's it. It's not only from the gamefowl that you earn, but you should earn also from the fruit trees that you planted there, right there in your yard, like the durian and the rambutan and the lanzones, which are suited here in our area. So ini-encourage ko talaga yung mga breeders, maski saang area, you inquire sa Department of Agriculture kung yung area nyo suited sa anong mga tanim. Number one, lagyan natin ng manok kasi hilig natin yung manok. Or number two, taniman rin natin kasi ang daming space na available sa area kung saan yung manok na dapat mataniman rin ng fruit trees. Ako, I am an agriculture graduate. That's why I really like animals and plants.
And although the rearing of fighting cocks is often associated with gambling, Mr. Palmares finds more satisfaction in the performance of his breed than in the money at stake.